Welcome, greedy 3Ds, to another episode. Now today I'm going to be painting this character from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, old Moon Knight here. I'll show you how I painted him, and I'll show you it didn't take that long to get this effect. Stay tuned. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, good old-fashioned matte black air is what I'm using for the undercoat, and it's important to get a good black layer all over the wonderful Moon Knight so I can add some shadow effects. The base is going to get the same treatment, and what a lovely base this is. There's quite a few bits on it. Now, uniform grey is going to give us the base coat on top of the black, and I'm making sure that I leave the inner parts of his cloak black, and I'm just going to work on the outer edges and try and build lighter and lighter layers up. Now, the thing with Moon Knight is he's not riddled in colour, so you need to work on them. Now, Cardray Grey is what I'm adding on top of the first primed grey colour, and as you can see, I'm not covering all over, I'm just adding highlighting effects as we go through, so the grey becomes lighter and lighter, especially on the outer areas, the top of his head, his shoulders, where his cape fluctuates in the wind. And now onto a little bit of bleached bone for the top layer. Now, all these paints that I'm using are from the Army Painter Air Mega Set, and I'm using the bleached bone just to give him a real highlighted colour. I did go over the top of this really briefly with white, pure white, but I haven't caught that on video, but it was only a quick splattering across. Now to his eyes, the way that I've done his eyes is, and there's not much work to them, I've mixed some blue and some white, and I've just gone across where his irises would be with that bluey white colour, and I've allowed that to dry. Now when that's dry, I've just taken pure white and I've just touched the centre of his eyes and pulled that pure white out, so it just looks like it's pulling darker as it goes further out into a layer of blue. No pupils, no worrying about eyebrows or eyelashes, not too bad to do at all, and that's what they look like. Moving on to some of the detail now, and again there's not much colour in there, but there is a little bit, and I'm using some greedy gold just to touch up some of the parts in here of the reference picture that would be gold, and that would be the centre of his kind of waistband, if you will, and I'm just applying it on in a couple of nice loose coats, making it a little bit thicker as I go along. And again, his sides that he carries are having exactly the same gold on those to keep the uniform look about him. I'm just using a really small brush, and I'm using some goggles that I've got to magnify the model, and I'm taking my time and I'm just building and building the layers of gold. Quite a pleasurable bit this, and it looks really nice in contrast to the grey when it's done. Now, if you do make a mistake, just mix yourself a little bit of grey and touch any of the areas the gold has accidentally touched. No dramas. His band has a little gold band running all the way around the side of him, so I'm just going to take my time with this bit and gently touch it and pull it around until I'm happy with the result. And there we go, there's his gold virtually done. There's a couple of other little bits now I need to goldify up. He's got some little sides just tucked into his bandages there, so I'm going to give those a little bit of a lick with the same colour paint. I've kept the same colour with this. Now I could have painted these silver for a little bit of a shake up, but do you know what, I decided no, I want to keep them gold, but it's your model. You do whatever you want to do with them, and that's the joy of creating these models. You're not held to account by anyone. Now there's also like a gold scythe in the middle of his chest there, held with bandages, so I'm just going to gently and with a really narrow brush and without a trembly hand, a coffee-free hand, I'm going to try and touch up some of that to make that scythe just gold. And again, any mistakes on the bandages, you know what to do. Mix a little bit of grey and touch it up. Nobody's going to notice except you. And there we go, and that's what he looks like. You can see also I've highlighted some of his gold with silver, and I've also added a little bit of a wash on his hands and just around his eyes, just to add a little bit of depth to them as well. And I didn't show that on the video, but that's what I've done here. Moving on to a bit of gloss varnish, we really do need to make his eyes ping, pop and pizzazz. So clean brush, allow those eyes to really dry and just drop a couple of dollops straight in there. We don't need to put any varnish anywhere else on him, just want his eyes to pop out. Now don't forget, all the items I'm using, the paints and all the goodies, can be found in the description in my Amazon affiliates link. Now the base is an amazing piece of kit, and I haven't showed you the painting process. There's not much to it, just skeleton bone on Khonshu's head with a little bit of wash, gold and on the scarab and his other side, and I've added a little bit of blue on the bottom of the scarab, and I've dry brushed the rest with silver. And he's done. Hope you think he's good, hope you enjoy him. Please do enjoy the Moon Knight.